But just like jack-o'-lanterns during Halloween, I think when we're at the gym, we're constantly contracting our muscles, trying to grow them obviously, or to keep them tight, looking for a bigger pump. But just like jack-o'-lanterns during Halloween, I think there's a time and place for that. And after our workout, I think it's really important to nourish our muscles by giving them a nice stretch after putting them through all that stress and all that contraction. If we constantly contract our muscles, obviously they'll grow, but eventually we can get rigid and we can feel stiff. And I think that when we're stiff in our bodies, it translates to our minds, because I think our body and minds are connected, but that's another story. But anyways, in today's video, we'll go through a few poses that will target our shoulders and our hips, because I know that when I work out, those are the areas that tighten up the most, or where I feel the most stiffness. So enjoy the video and let me know if this video helped in the comment box below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for new yoga videos.
Breathe Yoga.
Begin in a tabletop position and lower your forearm down to the mat directly below your right shoulder. Then extend your left hand out long towards the front of your mat. Press into your left hand, right forearm, and your knees to root down into your foundation. Now return to all fours and switch sides. Place your left forearm below your left shoulder, then reach your right hand overhead. Draw your belly button into your spine and press into your right hand to feel the lengthening from your sacrum up and out through your right fingertips. Now, let's balance everything out. So come back onto all fours. Then slowly walk your hands out in front of you while drawing your chest down towards your mat, coming into puppy pose. After a back workout or a chest workout, this is a great pose to help open and relax the upper part of our body. Return back to all fours. Then inhale and lift your right arm, and as you breathe out, send it underneath the bridge of your left armpit and lower onto your right shoulder. If you press into your shoulder and your knees, then you'll feel a deeper stretch in your left upper back and shoulder area. Make your way back into a tabletop position. Now inhale to lift your left arm, then as you exhale, send it underneath the bridge of your right shoulder. Most people, including me, when I first started working out, tend to focus heavily on their upper body. And with constant tension in these areas, tightness can arise. So from time to time, it's a good idea to stretch out this part of our body. Transition out of this pose, then slowly lower your buttocks onto your heels. Bring both of your hands to the outside of both your heels and grab onto your foot tightly. Breathe in. Then exhale, draw your forehead down towards your knees until you're able to place the top of your head onto the ground. Now inhale again, and as you breathe out, slowly lift your hips towards the sky. You shouldn't be feeling that much pressure on the top of your head, and if you do, try grabbing lower down on your feet. After doing this pose, your shoulders will be more relaxed. And when your shoulders are more relaxed, there will be more space across your chest. To exit this pose, activate your core and use your arms to pull yourself back onto your heels. Now bring your right arm to a 90-degree angle at shoulder height level. Then wrap your left arm under and around your right arm like a vine wrapping around a tree, arriving into eagle arms. If binding your arms isn't your cup of tea, then you can bring your forearms together and press them into one another. Release your bind, shrug your shoulders forwards and backwards, then switch sides. Your left arm will be on top this time, and your right arm will wrap under and around. Focus on drawing your elbows towards the sky and squeezing into your bind to create space in between your shoulder blades. Back workout exercises, or any type of exercise that requires a pulling motion like seated rows or lawnmowers, cause us to draw our shoulder blades into each other. So this pose counteracts that by drawing our shoulder blades away from each other, creating space in this area of our body. Now we'll transition into hip openers, so release your bind. Come onto all fours, then slowly walk your knees out in both directions to open your hips. Only open your hips as far as your body will allow. Then slowly walk your hands overhead while drawing your chest down towards the ground, coming into Mandukasana, frog pose. Fun fact, if you've ever heard of Manduka yoga mats, they got their name from this asana. Another fun fact, this pose is stacked with benefits from opening your hips to opening your chest and your shoulders. Now return to downward dog. Walk your hands closer to each other. Then lift your right leg and step it to the outside of your right thumb, arriving in lizard pose. Your breath is like lubricant for your joints, so breathe down into your hips to help open your hip joints. Your back knee can remain lifted, or you can lower it down to the mat. Now return to downward dog and switch sides. Inhale to lift your left leg, then exhale, step it to the outside of your left thumb. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, slowly press your knees away from your body. Be very, very careful not to exceed your limit of doing this, because your knees are very fragile and it's a luxury to have healthy knees. Transition back into down dog. As you inhale, lift your right leg, draw your knee towards your right wrist, then place your shin on the ground, coming into pigeon pose, also known as Ekapadaraja Kapotasana. It should look like you're trying to make the number 7 with your legs. can stay here or lower down to the ground using your hands as a pillow. If you dislike leg days or working out the lower part of your body, then you'll dislike it even more if you have tight hips. Having tight hips can reduce the range of motion in our legs and our lower back, making it harder for us to squat or do any kind of forward bending motion. So make sure your hips are open like Walmart during the holidays before your next lower body workout. Now return to down dog and switch sides. Inhale, lift your left leg, then draw your left knee towards your left wrist and place your shin on the ground. If your hips were locked up and your breath had the key, then you send your breath down into your hips to open them up, right? So breathe down into your hips to create more opening. Slowly come out of pigeon pose and transition into down dog. Inhale to look forward, then exhale, step to the top of your mat. And breathe in to lift halfway, then breathe out, fold forward. Lift both of your feet, then slide both hands underneath your feet, coming into Padahastasana. Slowly shift some of your weight forward. Play with your edge and see how far you can go forward without falling over. Now feel the lengthening in your spine and your hamstrings. Slowly release your hands and return to forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. Then exhale, bring your palms together at your heart center. Namaste, and thank you for watching.
Breathe Yoga.
Another one. No, I don't like that one. Hit that subscribe button if you're looking forward to new yoga videos.